Hello, students. So let's begin. I hope you all are doing good, and we are now on the taking a new chapter um, from your book, The Alien Hand, and this is chapter number 7, and the name of the chapter is Chandani. So let's read what the story all about is. So Chandani was actually a goat. So there was one man, his name was Abu Khan. He kept goats as pets. So he used to keep the goats as pet, and he loved his goat, but they left him all one by one. He bought a young pretty goat and called her Chandani. So this is the goat's name, Chandani. Now, what happened next, we are going to read in the chapter. Once upon a time, there lived an old man in Almora. Almora is a place in Uttarakhand now, and it's a beautiful hill station as well. He was popularly known as Abu Khan. He lived all alone except of the few goats which he always kept as pets. He gave his goats funny names such as Kalua, Mungia, or Gujri. He would take them out for grazing during the day and talk to them as one talks to one's own children. At night, he would bring them back to his little hut and put a string round the neck of each goat. So what Abu Khan used to do, he used to, because he was very lonely, so he used to keep lot of goats, and he will name the goats with the funny names like Kalua, Mungia, and Gujri, and he will take them for grazing, means charane le jata tha. So he take them for grazing, and he used to talk to them, and he used to keep the goats as his own children. Um, and in the evening he will bring them back and he will tie the rope or the string so they should not run away. Poor Abu Khan was little unlucky in the matter of his goats. Very often at the night one of the goat would pull and pull at the strings till it broke loose and then would disappear in the hills beyond. So why he was unlucky? Because his goats does not want to stay with him, and they will pull the string and break the string and they will disappear. They will run away to the hills. Goat in hilly region hate being tied to tree or poles. They love their freedom. Abu Khan's goat were of the best hill breed. They do love their freedom. So whenever they got the chance, they would run away only to get killed by an old wolf who lived in the hills. So Abu Khan was, why he was unfortunate, because his goats were of best breed from the hills, and these hilly goats generally have the habit of, they love their freedom. They don't like to be tied, and with the freedom comes a lot of scary things, because whenever they will run away to the hills, there was an old wolf and they will kill them and eat the goats. So that's where Abu Khan was unlucky. So whenever one of his goat disappeared, Abu Khan was very sad. So he used to be very sad whenever any of his goat used to be missing. He did not understand why even the juiciest grass and the grain and that he gave them and all the love that he showered on them would not stop these unfortunate goats from running straight into the jaws of death. Now, jaws of death, because um, the jaws of wolf are like jaws of death, because the wolf will eat them and tear them up with his jaws and eat them. So that's why Abu Khan was not able to understand what's the reason behind the goats running away, despite he is giving the best food to the goats. Um, are these goats mad? He used to wonder. Or was it their love of freedom? But freedom meant struggle, hardship, even death. Abu Khan couldn't solve the mystery. So this remained a mystery to Abu Khan, that despite of all the good food that he is giving to the goats are still not staying with him and they love their freedom. One day, when all his goats had left him, Abu Khan said to him, "No more goats in my house ever again. I may yet live for a few more years, but I'll live without a goat." However, the poor old man was terribly lonely. He simply couldn't do without his pets. So When all his goats disappeared and were eaten by the wolf, Abu Khan was very upset and very angry and very sad. And he said, I will not tame or pet the goats again. It's enough for me to, to pet them and give them and nurture them so nicely and give them food, and still they go and they run away to be eaten by the wolves. But then at the same time, because he does not have goat, he was all alone and he was very lonely. So he again bought one another young goat, and it was a beautiful goat and a very good hill breed, and he called him Chandani. And then he thought that this young goat will definitely stay with him, and she will never want to go to the hills, and he laughed with a joy. So um, by thinking on his assumption that goat will never run away and she will stay with him, he laughed and he was happy. The new goat was very pretty. She was white as snow and had two little horns and a little and on her little head, and a pair of gleaming red eyes. She had a friendly temperament and would listen to Abu Khan, Khan's tale with a lot of interest and affection. Abu Khan called her Chandni, which means moonlight. Chandni means moonlight. He loved why he called her Chandni, because she was white like snow. So he also named him. He was and she was very beautiful, so he named it Chandni. He loved Chandni and would narrate to her story of all his friends who were dead and gone. So he used to tell Chandni all the stories of the friends, and why he was telling, so Chandni should get afraid and she do not think of running away from him, and she stays with her forever. So several years passed, Chandni was still there. Abu Khan believed that Chandni would never leave his compound for the free and fresh air of the hill beyond. Alas, he was mistaken again. So Abu Khan, when many years went by, Abu Khan thought, now Chandni is mine, and I have told her a lot of stories about other goats, how they ran away and how they fall the prey in the hands of wolf and they're eaten by the wolves. So Chandni is now afraid and she understands and she will not run away. But unfortunately, Abu Khan was wrong. Like other goats, Chandni too missed the hills. She told Abu Khan she must have her freedom. The story of the dangerous wolf in the forest did not discourage Chandni. So these are the main point what we are going to read now. So because it's natural for any animal to love their freedom. So, and especially the hilly goats. Chandni was also the goat from the hilly region, and despite of all the affection that Abu Khan gave, she was still more curious about getting her freedom. Every morning, Chandni used to watch the hilltop, which is bathed in sun, and she used to be very, how beautiful those hills are, she thought, how refreshing the breeze that blows through them, and how lovely to run across those green fields. She ran towards the hill but had to stop with a jerk. A rope round her neck wouldn't let her go any further, so she hated the rope. So, because she was always tied up, and when she was tied up, she always used to look at the hilltop, how green grass and beautiful pastures, um, and she wanted to go and run in those pastures and enjoy the beautiful sun and the beautiful beauty of those pastures. But whenever she tried to run, she was stopped by the jerk of the rope which was tied up, and she hated that. She's then she stopped eating, and then she lost her appetite, and then she started becoming very sick and grew very thin and started moodily at the hilltop, bathed in sunlight. So she grew thin and stared moodily. Moodily means with very eagerness. She used to stare at the um, hilltop, which was full of sunlight and beauty. Now in cold regions where the when it's a hilly region, it's cold, and when it's cold, obviously everyone loved to see the sun and everyone liked the warmth of the sun. And similarly, Chandni also loved to bathe in sun. Abu Khan did not understand Chandni's anguish means uski chinta. Um, he did not understand why she's losing her, why has she stopped eating, why is she not behaving properly. Why is she going so moody? And Abu Khan, she said, let me go to the hill. So um, she decided to speak him frankly. Now Chandni was very anguished, and she decided that now she is losing her appetite and she is not keeping well because she is being tied up and she is not free. So she clearly thought of speaking to Abu Khan, and she told Abu Khan that she want to go to the hills. If I stay in your compound, I'll die. And she said, if you'll tie me up like this, I'll die, and I will not eat, and I'll die with hunger, because I don't like this trap, and I want to be free. Abu Khan understood the problem, and he was very unhappy. And when when he was very unhappy, when Chandni told that, he was holding an earthen pot, mitti ka pot, which has Chandni's breakfast in it. He was holding that in his hands. It it suddenly went down and broke into thousand pieces. Why? Because of the shock. Abu Khan got a shock when Chandni said, "I also want my freedom and I want to go to the hilltop." Because Abu Khan was a very caring person. He cared Chandni and he loved Chandni a lot, and he does not want her to fall a prey in the hands of a wolf. He does not want her to be eaten by the wolves, because he was taking care of Chandni as his own child. I want to go to the hill, Chandni answers. Don't you like the food here? I'll give you the tastier food and much longer rope. So he said that I'll give you so that you can move around in a bigger area, and I will give you more tasty food than the food which is available in the hills. Chandni said, no, I don't like that. I want my freedom. Do you realize the risk you are running? You obstinate creature. Obstinate means ziddi. Obstinate means dheet, ziddi. So Abu Khan got a little annoyed at it, and he said, "You are such an obstinate creature. It's so risky and dangerous, because whichsoever goat have gone to the hills, she's been eaten and she never returned back. So there is a wolf there, and I want to protect you, and I will not let you go there." Abu Khan did his best to warn her. Chandni answered, God has given me a pair of horns, I will fight the wolf. So what she said, that I have the pair of horns, so I will fight the wolf, but I need my freedom. I don't want to be trapped here or being tied up by the pole or by the rope. Even though the rope is longer, I don't want that. Have you forgotten the story of your sister Kalua, who was a size of a big deer? She fought the wolf through the night but was killed in the morning. So Abu Khan was telling the story of his previous goat, whose name was Kalua. Initially, we learned the Kalua, Gujri, and such funny names he used to keep. And he told that, see, Kalua was as big as a deer, so she was like uh, oversized for the wolf, and despite of being such big, she fought with the wolf, and still she lost the battle and she was eaten by the wolf. So you are a very small goat, you cannot stand the wolf. And entire night Kalua fought, but in the morning she lost and she was eaten by the wolf. Abu Khan narrated Kalua's story for the 50th time. So 50th time she narrated the same story to Chandni, so to discourage her of going to hills, or discourage her to get the freedom. To all this, Chandni had only one thing to say, I want to go to hill. And she was so stubborn and she was so obstinate that she still said that, still I want to go to the hills. Now Abu Khan got very annoyed and thundered. Thundered means garja, means gussa ho gaya, and he got angry. So you are not going anywhere. From today, you will live in a small hut. So he said, no, you are not going anywhere, and I want to protect you. And he was being protective, because he does not want his loving goat. He does not, being a loving master. He does not want his goat to be eaten by the wolf. So he was protective. So he got angry, and he said, no, you are not going anywhere. And he put her in the small hut. um, not move about freely in the compound. Ungrateful as you are, you must still be saved from the wolf. So you are, although you are ungrateful that I am saving you from the wolf, and still I want to save you from the wolf, so I am going to put you in a small hut. And he pushed her into the small hut and shut the door. When he shut the door, but he forgot to close the window, and the same night Chandni made the window her passage to freedom. So when Abu Khan put her in the hut, he forgot to close the window, and that same night Chandni escaped from the window and went to the hills. She reached the hills. It seemed to her that the old hills were standing in the row to welcome her, and she felt that hills were just waiting to welcome her. And she was so happy and so joyous and so heartfelt that she forgot everything. She felt like a child meeting her parent after years of separation. So, how did she feel? As if some child is meeting her parent after years of separation. Whatever she wants, a tall grass rose to embrace her. The flower bloomed to amuse her, and the wind sang an endless song to welcome. How different all this was from her past in the prison house of Abu Khan's compound. It was a happiest day in Chandni's life. So she was feeling like very joyous, as if all the flowers are blooming for her only, and the wind is blowing only for her, and the beautiful song of birds are for her. So she was very joyous, and she said, she does not want to think about the past when she lived in captivity. In captivity means when she was tied with a pole and does not have freedom. Should she go back to the safety of Abu Khan's hut? Now she's thinking whether she should go back or not. No, she decided she will not go back. Death in an open field is far better than life in a small hut. So she said, if I have to die, it is better to die in this open field than to die in that small hut. The wolf had come out of the bushes and was staring greedily at Chandni. His eyes were shining like burning coals in the darkness. He seemed in no hurry. He looked, and uh, he knew the new goat was his. So the wolf came, and he was very the this wolf was greedily looking at Chandni, and he was very happy because he knew, he was so confident that now this goat is going to be his food. So he was in no hurry, and he was like relaxing that, anyway, when he can kill a goat like Kalua, who was as big as a deer, so this is a small goat and he has gotten his food. So he was very confident and very calm. The wolf and the goat sized up each other. So they sized up each other means they confronted each other. They came in front of each other. The wolf was big and furious, whereas the goat, though healthy but small. So Chandni was small in comparison of wolf, but small is not weak. Chandni stood firm on her legs and head slightly bent and horn jutting out. Jutting out means nikle hue. So Chandni was very brave. She fought. She stood bravely. She said, "Even though I am small, but I am courageous and I am not weak, and I will fight for my life." Chandni stood firm. So she was a picture of courage. So the way she stood and the way she faced the wolf, she was looking like a picture of courage. She looked like a brave soldier ready to fight in a treacherous enemy. Treacherous means very chalak. Okay, so treacherous enemy. He wanted to fight a very treacherous enemy. I must put up a good fight, Chandni thought. Success or failure is a matter of luck or chance. So she was bravely facing that, and she said, I will fight no matter what, and we'll see if success and failure, what happens. If I win, I will win. If I doesn't win, then I will die. But I will courageously face this wolf, and I will not give up on my life. The fight began. It went on through the night. The moon, which had been watching the fight, began to grow pale. Pale means fika padne laga. So it began to grow pale. So entire night the fight went on, and moon was there, full moon was there, and gradually as the night passes by, the moonlight started fading. Um, Suddenly hid behind the, and when it started fading, and it suddenly hid behind the cloud, so it became dark. The stars also began to disappear one by one. Now, as the night was passing by, naturally the stars will start disappearing with the passing night. The faint light appeared in the east. Faint light was the light of a sun. Now it was about to be morning, like dawn. DAW and dawn. Dawn means सूरज निकलने से पहले का जो उजाला होता है, that is called dawn. So it was like dawn, and it started appearing, the morning light started appearing, and the morning call for prayers came from the distant mosque. From the distant mosque, that morning prayers from the distant mosque were heard. That means it was early morning, near to 5 o'clock or so. So the first ray of sun saw Chandni lying on the ground. So finally what happened? Entire night she was fighting, but with the first ray of sun, she fell down on the ground. She was completely soaked in blood. So wolf has given her so much of wounds that she was completely soaked in blood. The wolf, tired and sleepy, was getting ready to devour her. Devour her means to eat her. So he was, means what does that mean? Now Chandni has collapsed and she is embracing a death, and she is dying, and she does not have any strength to fight, and she is dying, or she is almost dead. And now wolf is also sleepy and tired, and but before that he wants to eat Chandni. An assembly of birds perched on the top of tree nearby was debating the result of the fight. So the birds were watching the results of the fight and was debating the results of the fight, and um, who won the battle, who is the winner. The birds were arguing amongst each other who is the winner, and all the birds were saying, like, because Chandni is dead, so wolf is the winner. But there was one old bird sitting. She was wise because she was old, because of her experience she was wise with confidence, and she said Chandni is the winner. Why she said Chandni is the winner? Because of her bravery and courage, because she continued to fight the wolf with all her courage and bravery, and so she said Chandni is the winner. So this is how the story ends, and I hope you like the story, and we'll meet you with the next video. Till then, I hope you will do your assignments and submit them well in time. I'll be looking forward for your assignments, and we'll meet up in the next video with the next chapter, children. Till then, you have a wonderful day and pay attention towards your studies. Goodbye and thank you.